Alright, hey guys, Alex here, and welcome to my first vlog on this new kit. I had got an iPhone 14 with a Shure MV88 Plus microphone. So basically, I bought this kit exactly for this. You know, I live in Copenhagen, in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, probably, and I would like to use kind of some of my weekends and free time to kind of sit here, like have this monologue, and then maybe share some of my thoughts, mostly engineering ones and generally productivity ones or professional thoughts about things. So yeah, good to be here. I am in my neighborhood here in Ama in Copenhagen. This is like one of my favorite harbors where I like to come, especially when it's sunny like this. And yeah, I'm gonna use this rarely sunny day in Copenhagen to discuss remote work. And this video is gonna mostly be focused on mostly people new to the industry, juniors. I'm not gonna say junior developers because I think this video can kind of give you some ideas to everybody. But as naturally I'm a software engineer, I'm gonna maybe share some of the points that maybe only apply to that type of work. So the reason why I decided to talk about this is that work, physical, hybrid, and remote has been a controversial and very conflicting subject past couple of years, and you can kind of see that with a lot of adults on LinkedIn, for instance, having very hard opinions on, and I would like to kind of diffuse that a bit and find some balance and share my thoughts. I've spent probably 5 to 7 years in total working remotely for various companies from different continents and stuff. And I would like to share how I feel about it, how my experience was, and then out of that experience, maybe decipher some of the goods and the bads off of it. I would like to start the video about saying that I do not think that remote work is good for junior developers or junior professionals in general. I think as the AI evolution or revolution continues, and as our hard skills become maybe slightly less relevant, I think that articulation, thought process, critical thinking, the ability to discuss and work with other people is going to become a skill that's, if not today already, crucial for not just getting a job but being functional in a society. I believe that due to those reasons, if you're a junior of any profession, I think you should try to be with people. I think you should try to learn to read the emotions. I think you should try to articulate yourself, try to, you know, push for your points, try to do all of those things. And I feel that a lot of people of actually, I wouldn't just say younger people, a lot of people who have a lack of confidence or who are not good talkers or who are not good with articulating themselves are the ones who actually want to work remotely the most. And this is kind of ironic and not really good, because if you're having fears, if you're having uncertainties, if you are having issues with confidence, the way to get all this is actually to work towards it, not try to hide from those things. So I think that I'm genuinely kind of scared about kind of graduates and juniors in any industry, because as the remote work takes more space in all the industries, as companies are narrowing down office spaces and not even having office spaces at all. A lot of people, a lot of especially new people today, they are being told how that is great and how you will not be spending time in the traffic, and how you can just wake up and start working. But as someone who spent 5 to 7 years again working remotely, I can tell you that there's a lot of negatives about this as well. Waking up and then sitting in your chair, as tempting as it might seem and as great as it might seem, over time will take a toll on your life, and you will, if you don't manage to control this and organize yourself in the context of remote office, you will start feeling that you're constantly working, that you wake up, you are in your office, and even after your work hours, your office is always going to be present where you are. So I think a lot of those things, a lot of people will notice and see a lot of those things over time. This doesn't happen immediately, so if you're new to remote work, you're gonna feel super privileged. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna be feeling how everything is great, and you can just sit at your home and be with your family and kid and stuff. But what none of those none of those kind of remote messiahs tell you is that actually taking a walk to work or a bike or a bus is a natural part of life. You're gonna hear counter arguments to what I just said by saying, "Oh, why would I spend 3 hours a day in a traffic?" Well, let me tell you one thing: majority of people out there, they don't need to spend 3 hours of time in traffic. Not everybody works 300 kilometers away from their office, so. Of course, if you try to prove a point to anything on the planet, the worst and the best things, you can always find some argumentation, of course. But I think if you're a junior and if you're watching this, try to read through the lines. Don't allow yourself to fall victim to those suggestions, because remote work, while as an ability to have it some from time to time when you can't actually go to the office, and as good at it as it is, has a lot of those downsides. I think if you want to become a great professional, if you want to work on your articulation, if you want to push for any of the points, push for some of your own ideas, this stuff happens mostly by sitting with people. And I don't know. I just feel that the way where we're pushing the community, where we are leading the world into, is a very dangerous place. We're doing this by the assumption that all of the people out there are gonna perfectly handle working from home. Because again, many of you can counter argument this and say, yeah, well, you can be completely organized at home and you can handle all of those things. And yeah, Alex, what the hell are you talking about? I'm taking a jog every day and I'm having beers with my real life friends after work and stuff. But this is a marginal amount of people who are actually capable of truly utilizing this type of work properly, meaning properly, like staying balanced, closing that home office that you have at 4 or 5 and not getting back to it again. But based on what I've seen, based on my own experience, and I kind of failed in that a lot, I felt for many years that I'm just stuck into that place, that it's very hard to get out of it, right? And again, yeah, there's a lot of people who don't live in great cities, who don't live next to 5 meters away from bars, and this sort of stuff of just disconnecting from your office space is not really always possible. So even though my thoughts are a little bit random, I'm just basically trying to find the best words to describe this. But overall, I think no matter how you decide to work, I guess my most balanced suggestion would be try to find that balance. If you can do hybrid work, do that. If you can be in the office every day, I would highly advise you, because again, work is not just, if you're a software engineer, your job isn't just to sit and write code 8 hours a day, or if you're any type of worker, it's the work is not just about doing that hard skill. It's about making yourself better. And I think that while you might feel that what I'm saying is almost taking something away from you, that's completely not true, right? I think that by not being with people, by not being part of something, by not walking to that office or biking to that office, you're really taking away from yourself. You're taking away your health. You're spending just whole day every day in your home, and it doesn't feel right. I know that many of you today will disagree with me, especially those of you who haven't had a chance to work remotely for a long time. I know that in years from now, maybe, or even months, you will, if you watch this video, maybe I get back on your mind and say, well, okay, Alex was actually right. But I'm saying this purely based on my experience, and I've kind of went recently through a huge shift of simply loving to be with my colleagues in the office, loving to be there to help people. And all of this, again, you can counter argument and say, well, yeah, you can send an email or a Slack message, la 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 la. But truly, when you have a fully functional physical team in the office, you kind of see how things happen. You're there with your colleagues. You can have a chit chat next to each other. You speak over lunch. You just connect with people on a different level, and you meet different cultures. You learn different languages. You learn different jokes. It's just truly beautiful, the opportunity where you see the whole world, basically, whole world, hundreds of different nations working together. Lastly, maybe just to kind of also add some balance to that, I by no means think or feel or say that working remotely should not be allowed. From Dream Data, where I work right now, I'm probably one of the developers that have spent probably the most time working remotely from all other developers. So, and I'm incredibly grateful that I have an opportunity to do that when I can. But in retrospect, which this video is about, of all of my experience combined together since 2008 when I started working, I feel that going back to the roots and sitting with people and having a beer after work with your colleagues and throwing few stupid jokes in and having few nasty discussions that make you feel bad when you go home. I think this is all part of the actual real world where people work together, where they learn that communication is not always great and agreements are not always there, and the disagreements are also part of the life. And this is where you gain confidence. This is where you become resilient. This is where you mature, so your emotions are not on a level of a 6 years old where you get offended and you want to quit instantly in 3 seconds when something bad happens to you. So overall combined, I think I would like to round this up this video here. In summary, if you're a junior of any kind, go to the office, learn to be amongst people, learn to talk, learn to listen, learn to get in a fight and get out of the fight, learn to be objective, to learn self-awareness, the most important skill that can really truly take you anywhere in the world. And all of this, I feel, you're gonna learn when you're with people, when people kind of either directly or indirectly give you feedback on your behavior, on your actions, on your articulation. You're gonna be sitting in the office and talking for 10 minutes, and then you're gonna indirectly realize that you're talking too much, or you're not gonna be saying a single word for 3 days, and then you also gonna indirectly realize that you're not saying anything at all and that your feedback is meaningless. So overall, try to decipher what I said here. Don't try to get offended. Try to be open-minded. This is not about telling you what to do. This is not about telling you that there is the best or this or that way to work. I think hybrid work or mixed type of work is ideal for everybody. This is just to tell you that you shouldn't be religious about or euphoric too much about all of those now. Remote work is taking over the world and la 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 la. I think this is not true. This is very dangerous. This is very unhealthy, and the only thing that this is healthy for are the actual companies who are going to be paying less rent, less office buildings, less lunch work and stuff. So if you feel that you're gaining something out of this, you're not, and I assure you of that. This is just yeah. I guess I'm gonna round it up. This is my single take in a single video without no cutting of the video or anything. Just my personal thoughts of how the work should be, and I think that's all I have to say today. Please let me know what you think. How is that you like to work, and if you agree or disagree with me, tell me why. And I'm very happy to engage back into the discussion, even record another video about this. But overall, yeah, take care of yourself. Try to be with the people you like working with. Try to focus on other skills than just the hard skills, and yeah, try to become a good person, better person by being with others. I'll round up now here. I'm gonna sit a bit here in this beautiful sunny place, and yeah, I'm wishing you a great day, great night, wherever you are, and thank you very much for watching my take on remote work. Have a great one. Peace out. Cheers.